Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another Microsoft Business Applications Summit session. The session's name is Uninterrupted Device Fix and Support with Field Service and Mixed Reality. My name is Hector Garcia Tellado, and I'm the Principal GPM for Dynamics 365 Remote Assist. And I have here with me Kyle Young, who's the Principal Group Program Manager for Dynamics 365 Field Service. We are really excited and thankful that you'll be able to join in this session despite the current circumstances. Would have very much loved to be with you in person, but given the current conditions, we're still super excited to be able with here today. So we have a lot of great content this morning. We're first going to spend some time going through the latest and greatest technology of each of our products and how we are seeing our products really empowering service technicians. And then we're going to open it up for questions, so you have the opportunity to ask us any question you may have in mind. We have a great group of moderators that will be able to help out with any questions you have. So for our agenda today, we have two main topics. The first topic is how to leverage IoT data, Internet of Things data, and next generation of mobile using Dynamics 365 Field Service. We're going to learn all about the latest and greatest of how can you capture IoT data from your assets and send it to the field service for deeper analytics and notifications, as well as getting to know all the latest technology in the mobile application of Dynamics 365 Field Service. And then we're going to switch gears and talk about how to empower your remote technicians and how to make their work more effective using Dynamics 365 Remote Assist, our augmented reality, mixed reality tool that empowers technician success through AR and communications. But before we get deep into the technical details of the product, we really wanted to set some context into what are some of the trends that we're seeing when we go and meet customers on a daily basis. It is clear that customer and technician engagement is really rapidly transforming, and the current conditions, of course, are just only accelerating that. There are some key patterns that we're seeing when we're engaging our customers on a day-to-day basis, and there's the following. First, it's field technicians expected to really rapidly react to conditions. For example, multiple countries are switching stages and switching regulations, and that actually has a huge impact on whether technicians can work on site, off-site, remotely. It's hard to coordinate between different locations who may be in different regulations. This is making it really hard, and technicians are expected to rapidly react. The number one is more remote work is obviously demanded from the technicians. Like we know that from quarantine areas, from regulation restrictions, safe distance, etc., more work is really demanded from these technicians. And the third insight that we're seeing from our customers is like gathering remote insights from the asset has never been more important. Of course, in the past, we've all known that IoT data is huge and is super important, but now being able to access that data remotely, it's even more important. And Kyle is going to talk about how to make that with Field Service. So these were just some settings into the context that we're seeing from our customers before we actually go and talk specifically about our products. This is very important on the why of the trends are happening. And now I'm going to pass it on to Kyle, who's going to start talking about all the latest and greatest on Dynamics Field Service as it relates to IoT and the mobile applications. So on to you, Kyle.
Hi, I'm Kyle Young, Product Leader for Dynamics 365 Field Service. As you know, we've just finished releasing the new Field Service features and capabilities in 2020 Wave 1. I encourage you to view the pre-recorded session when it's available, which has more details on those features. We also empathize with all of you who are working through the challenges of the current situation. We commonly refer to field service as on-site service, which is currently made much more challenging. This helps to highlight the opportunity we have in the industry to leverage the power of Internet of Things, or IoT. In looking at industry data, we find that a large percentage of organizations are planning to leverage IoT in the next 2 years, and 60% of OEM products have IoT capability. Plus, use of IoT leads to measurable increase in technician productivity. Our field service application supports taking actions and sending signals remotely based on IoT. Now with Wave 1, you can remotely view IoT signal correlated with service history to help triage and diagnose IoT alerts. I encourage you to explore these capabilities, especially during these times of minimal personal contact. My next topic is the recent release of the new Field Service mobile app built on Power Apps. This app is now available in app stores and will work with the latest version of Field Service, which is rolling out now. We encourage you to check out the new app. Here's a quick demo of the app.
This is the new Field Service mobile app, built on Power Apps, providing online and offline capabilities for field service technicians. The calendar shows bookings assigned to the technician by day, week, or month. Opening the booking shows all the details of the booking and the associated work order. It is easy to change the status, for example, from scheduled to in progress. The technician can easily view customer information, including location, map, and then simply get directions to the service location. After arriving on site, the service tasks guide the technician through the work to be performed, including marking tasks as complete. The parts required for the service are also available as well, including marking the number of parts used. The app enables capturing notes, photos, and videos of the service. The visit can be completed by capturing the customer's signature. This new app experience is based on unified interface and can be tailored to meet business requirements using the existing Power Apps model-driven capabilities. We encourage you to check out the new Field Service mobile app in either the Apple or Android stores.
Thank you, Kyle. That was great. Now it's our turn to start talking about Dynamics 365 Remote Assist, our AR tool to really empower technician success through rapid communication and mixed reality annotations. But before we get started with the slides, I actually think a video is worth 1,000 words. So I would like to really show you a video that heavily summarizes the use case and the value proposition for Dynamics 365 Remote Assist. So let's go ahead and play the video.
What if there was a way for employees to work together from anywhere when everything is on the line? Employees are the heart of every business. It's their resourcefulness, ingenuity, and drive that get the job done. But even the best employees need help from people who aren't there with them. Now employees on site can work side by side with experts in remote locations. In an instant, they can share what they see, lend a helping hand, walk through the process step by step, helping solve problems in real time. This is a new vision for work. Now employees can work smarter and bring in the people they need with just a tap. They can troubleshoot, repair, and perform with confidence and speed. They can move freely, pull critical information into view, and stay focused on the task. Their hands free to do the work. This is collaborative problem solving at full speed. Your people, united across time and distance, more connected, more informed, and more efficient. Now employees can work together from anywhere. They can go there without being there. This isn't the future. This is here and now.
So I hope that gave you a good summary of the value proposition of Remote Assist as it pertains to empowering technicians to collaborate more efficiently. We can summarize the value prop in 3 main buckets. Number 1 is the ability to solve problems in real time. So you're collaborating remotely by sharing your real-time view with your collaborations and really using the power of mixed reality annotations and world anchors to get a more effective collaboration with your technicians. The number 2, super important for service technicians, is bring critical information into view. So we're talking about schematics, the documentation, but also field service work order information, your bookings in a real world environment, hands-free if you're using HoloLens or with your mobile application. But it's time is money when it comes about fixing these kind of issues, especially in these challenging environments. And number 3, walk the site without being on location. So what if, for example, like you want to do a remote inspection, or you want to combine, fixing something, but actually you need to bring the remote expert to be able to understand what is going on in the rest of the facility. Using Remote Assist, you can actually very easily allow other people not on that factory floor or not close to that asset to really understand what's going on at that site. So what are some of the summary high-level capabilities that Dynamics 365 offers? So first of all, it's widely available. So there used to be a HoloLens, but now we've gone general availability on iOS and Android devices as of late last year. So huge amount of range of devices that you can get started super quickly. It is much more than audio and video, because with mixed reality annotations in 3D and 2D, you're really able to capture the essence of the technician work, point to where specific problem are, exchange much more of the context on what you're seeing. Of course, you can integrate it with Dynamics 365 Field Service, which we'll talk about in a second. And then you can actually do call from other applications using our protocol activation feature, which allows Remote Assist application from being called from your custom application. And then last but definitely not least, we leverage best-in-class communications. We're using the Teams platform as our key backbone in order to provide this functionality. And Teams is a fantastic tool that is widely available, which makes deployment of Remote Assist much, much easier. Some of the capabilities that we offer are in text chat, file sharing, call recording, and meetings, and group calling. And finally, before we get into QA, I wanted to make a special mention on the Better Together story we have with Dynamics 365 Field Service and Remote Assist. These are sister tools that go hand in hand to really empower technicians on all different situations. And from a capability standpoint, what field service users can do with Remote Assist is pretty powerful. You can actually leverage Remote Assist to call the designated expert in your booking. So once your booking is in progress, if you've had a designated expert, you can just immediately launch a call from Dynamics 365 Field Service and into Dynamics 365 Remote Assist. And then you can save all the content and the data information as you've been discussing with the remote collaborator during the incident. That information can be sent back into the field service booking for further post-processing. For example, the URLs that were shared, the instructions, and the call data can all be shared back also for post-processing analytics on the field service side. So overall, a really good integration story. And I hope you've learned through the content that we presented today how Dynamics Field Service is helping empowering technicians with bringing state-of-the-art IoT capabilities and, of course, our latest and greatest tech on the mobile side. And from a Remote Assist standpoint, I hope you learned the power of remote collaboration using mixed reality and how tightly integrated it is with the Dynamics 365 Field Service workflows. And now, would like to really open it up for questions to the audience. And we have a great set of wonderful moderators that can help out with that. And without further ado, if there's any questions, myself and Kyle will be more than happy to answer. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Kyle and Hector. That was great information for how Remote Assist and Field Service work together to empower technicians. Now, a few questions from the audience. The first one here, is the new Field Service app already available?
Yes, the new field service app is available in app stores. It's called Field Service Dynamics 365, and that's how you'll find it in the app stores. The backend functionality to work with the app is part of the latest field service solution, and that's rolling out now by geo. And so within the next 3 weeks, it'll be available in all geos, the backend functionality that goes with the new mobile app.
Thanks, Kyle. Following up on that, I have a question still around the mobile app. Can the new field service mobile application be customized like the rest of the field mobile application?
Yes, there is currently existing functionality based on the fact that it's a model-driven app. And so if you look at the model-driven capabilities of Power App, you have those same capabilities that'll be applied to mobile. Now, we'll be doing some more work down the road so that there's some additional capability for client side when the app is offline. We have work to do there, but at this point, you have all the capabilities of the model-driven functionality.
Thanks, Kyle. And another one from Zachary in the audience. Is it required to implement Remote Assist through field service, or can it be standalone as well?
Yeah, I can take that question. Absolutely. You can implement Remote Assist and download it yourself standalone or better together with field service, but it can absolutely work as a standalone app, and you don't need Dynamics Field Service to use Remote Assist at scale with your technicians.
Thanks, Hector. Another one, will we be able to connect or load data existing coming from SAP, PM, or other maintenance platforms?
Is it the question about Remote Assist or field service?
I believe this will be about field service.
Okay.
Yes, that's a good question. We actually have an accelerator, a template, basically guidance of how field service can work with SAP PM, plant management functionality. And we have and some customers who have actually done that integration, and that can involve having demand come from PM, like work orders that come from outside and then are actioned in field service. And also it can serve as a master for the assets that are in field service. And so we do have actually on GitHub some guidance about how field service and SAP PM can work together.
Thanks, Kyle. And the next one will be directed at you as well. What are you currently doing for technician time entries? All right, now let's switch gears over to some Remote Assist questions. Hector, can you tell us a bit more about the type of customers using Remote Assist?
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing a tremendous amount of traction in customers in industries like manufacturing, so heavy asset industries where there's really important need to collaborate between technicians to do remote inspections or break fix scenarios or remote coaching, for example. We also see a lot of traction with utilities. Lots of customers are eager to use Remote Assist to help their end customers with their specific assets. And then, of course, a lot of traction in the medical equipment with the recent COVID-19 as well, and many other industries as well. But I would say all across the spectrum where there's heavy asset engagement, where's heavy services engagement with a specific focus on manufacturing, utilities, medical equipment, and some oil and gas too.
Thanks, Hector. Now we'll switch to a question from Cheryl in the audience. Can you create guides for Remote Assist Android in the same way as you do with HoloLens?
So Dynamics 365 Guides, it's actually a separate product that it's not part of Remote Assist. We're working hard together, the Guides team and the Remote Assist, to allow the possibility of having guides available into the Remote Assist application on HoloLens, and hopefully sometime in the future on mobile. But right now, we really don't have any plans that we're able to share at the moment.
All right, then following up, are there any specific requirements for Android and iOS we should be aware of for Remote Assist?
Yeah, that's a good question. So generally speaking, I think the biggest requirement today is that that device has to be AR capable. So in our requirements site on the technical documentation, you can find a link to the actual devices from iOS and Android who are AR capable. But we're investing heavily in also having a streamlined version of Remote Assist for those devices who are a little older and have less AR capabilities, so that Remote Assist can actually work on them too. So I would encourage you to check out our requirements page on the technical documentation side from Remote Assist.
Thanks, Hector. Another question from Andy in the audience. In the future, will there be support for Windows 2? Laptops are quite popular among field service technicians. And now that it's a model-driven app, it's only available for Android and iOS.
Yes, absolutely. This is something that we're really hard to working on, and we hope to have exciting announcements around that in the coming months. We acknowledge that request. I think it makes total sense. Lots of field service technicians leverage Windows tablets, and we really want to go help them leverage Remote Assist too.
Wonderful. Moving forward, we have about 7 minutes left. So I encourage the audience to continue asking questions. The next question in the queue, do you have any plans to make the integration between Remote Assist and field service even tighter?
Absolutely. Yes, Kyle and I spend a lot of our time thinking about, how to make it even greater. We don't really have any detailed plans to share at the moment, but I do want to say that our vision is that for customers who use field service and Remote Assist together, we want to be able to help them just with one application. So they won't have to really, in the long term, and we don't have to enforce them to actually have to use 2 separate apps.
All right, next question here. Is that video of Dynamics 365 Remote Assist that you shared in HoloLens 2 available as a download so I can share it with my management team? Yes,
absolutely. In fact, you can find that video on our Remote Assist YouTube channel. We'll be more than happy. I think the slides are going to be very available, and we will be more than happy to link that specific video. So yes, it is widely available. Yep, we just made it public a few weeks ago.
Thanks, Hector. A question from Tony in the audience. Concerning Remote Assist, any timeline for Windows applications? Any timeline for GCC high availability for Android and iOS?
So GCC High for Android and iOS is something that we're currently working on right now. We still don't have a date ready to share, but we really want to make it happen in the coming months. So it's something that we're working on at the moment, but we unfortunately, we're not ready to commit to a date yet. And then on the Windows, it's the exact same thing, something that we're actually actively currently working on. And, hopefully in the next few months, we'll be able to share more details.
Thanks, Hector. Now we'll switch back over to Kyle. Can you inform people what is actually happening with inspections?
Yes, great question. For a long time, we've had a need in the product to have inspection functionality. A lot of times technicians, when they're on site, need to go through that question by question or checklist motion to complete their work. So in preview now, we are making inspections available. So as you update with the latest version of field service, be sure to go in and take advantage of the flight that includes inspection. It has the ability to define the inspection using a great designer experience, attach it to a work order through an incident type, and then to complete the inspection on the technician's mobile application, and then store the results so that those can be viewed again against the work order. So I encourage you to check it out.
Thanks, Kyle. A follow-up from Christoph in the audience. If field service and remote assist are different applications, are the field service capabilities mainly for scheduling purposes? And is the field service more of an operational than a customer engagement app?
I can take the first part of that. We believe that customer engagement is a wide range of needs, right? Like, so what we find in the field is like customers with high demands on work order management and resource scheduling, etc. It's a great fit to go and start with field service. And, you know, we've seen tremendous amount of success with them. And then customers who really perhaps want to start with, you know, remote collaboration, remote tools, and using remote assist, we feel like remote assist is a, you know, it's a better starting path. We see the tools, as I was mentioning before, as complementary. Together, they form a really good portfolio of what we believe customer engagement is from an end to end. I don't know if Kyle, you want to add a little bit more on your thoughts on this.
Yeah, on the question of customer engagement, it's hard to imagine anything that's like more engaging than somebody who's your brand ambassador on site representing you. And so we think about that as basically they, you know, in that case, the technician is really representing you and your company. And so we think a lot about how do we equip that technician to put the right person in the right place with the right skills and then the right tool set to be able to be successful, because when they're out there, they're representing you and your brand. And so we have a lot of focus on that from an engagement perspective. Now, there's some operational aspects, obviously, to make all that happen and make it work together. But first and foremost, we think about that experience for your customers as the North Star on which we focus day to day.
Thanks, Kyle. And with just 2 minutes left, I think we have time for 1 or 2 more questions. Is the new release of the old field service app, or is this a completely new application that's being released?
I think the question relates to the mobile application. This is a completely new, this is the next generation mobile app built on Power App. We still support our current capability for the foreseeable future, and there'll be communications coming out on that by the end of this week. But this is the future next generation built on Power App.
Thanks, Kyle. And then our last question will go to Hector. Is there any opportunity to obtain a remote assist asset package for Unity for enterprises to do their own customization of remote assist?
At the moment, Remote Assist is being packaged as a first-party SaaS application. Our customizations opportunity revolve around, you know, being able to call Remote Assist through protocol activation through another applications. But we see Remote Assist as a first-party app from a software as a service standpoint. So with that, I think we have 1 minute left. We really want to thank you so much for your engagement. We've definitely enjoyed the session a lot, despite of the remote circumstances, just proven that, you know, anything can be conquered if there's the right will to do it. We'll be sharing the slides. I hope everybody can stay healthy and stay good, and their families doing great. And thank you so much again for listening, and we'll see you next time. Thank you all.